All right. Greetings and salutations. Achep and wholeness. Namaste. Master Ashep here, your Kemetic metaphysical warrior priest, boat initiate, soul healer, and chi practitioner at your service. And my person is here in this time and place and space to share a simple suggestion and technique on how one may naturally boost its immune system. And not only is this suggestion and technique natural, it is also metaphysical in nature. And as a general reminder, metaphysical simply implies beyond the physical. In other words, beyond what our senses of sight, smell, taste, touch, or hearing may perceive. So, what exactly is this simple suggestion that is natural and metaphysical that may boost your immune system, you may ask? Well, the simple suggestion is this. Don't worry. Be happy. That's right. Don't worry. Be happy. Yes. And the question is, could it really just be that simple? Being happy. Could it be just that simple? Well, let's just see what science has to say about the matter. First, here's what PubMed.com has to say on the topic. And PubMed.com is a free search database of life sciences that is maintained by the United States Library of Medicine at the National Institutes of Health. And in an article entitled The Immune System and Happiness in October 2006 by Yoram Barak, it states, emotions are intimately involved in the initiation or progression of cancer, HIV, cardiovascular disease, and autoimmune disorders. Furthermore, the specific physiological responses induced by pleasant stimuli were recently investigated, with the immune and endocrine systems being monitored when pleasant stimuli such as odors and emotional pictures were presented to subjects. And the results revealed that an increase in secretory immunoglobulin A were induced by pleasant emotions. In other words, being happy tends to promote the secretion of immunoglobulin A, IgA, which is an antibody blood protein that is part of our immune system that our body makes to help fight off sickness. Again, that is PubMed.com. NIH is backing that research in a sense. So, and also along with that, there's an article in Psychology Today, which is a general interest psychology magazine founded in 1967 by psychologist Nicholas Charney. And it offers insight with an article by Dr. Mark Holder, also known as the Happiness Doctor, who shares with us in an article entitled Happiness and Your Immune System, which was posted June 9th in 2017. In it, he states that in a study of 350 adults who volunteered to be exposed to the cold virus, their positive emotions, such as feeling energetic and pleased, were measured for 2 weeks before exposure to the virus. And those who reported the most positive emotions were less likely to develop the cold. And also, there was a study of dental students who told a similar story. These students reported their mood 3 times a day. Their mood 3 times a week for almost 2 months. And they also had their saliva collected so that their immune system's effectiveness could be assessed. And when these students' immune systems were challenged by a pill containing a protein from rabbit blood, the response to this foreign material depended on the students' moods. The response of the immune system was weaker on days marked by negative moods and higher on days marked by positive moods. So those are a few examples, again, that comes from the scientific perspective, which again just gives a little insight or weight to this theory that happiness can be an immune system booster. And even from our own experiences, some of us are familiar with the phrase that stress can kill. It can be very harmful for our physical body. It weakens our immune system. There are many other factors, but just speaking about stress, because stress tends to be the opposite of being happy in a sense, generally speaking. So it would stand to make sense, stand to reason that if stress, can harm and or kill, then happiness can promote life and or heal. So if happiness can boost our immune system, then another question is it possible to experience happiness all day, every day, 24/7, 365, as they say? Well, for my person who embraced the philosophy that anything is possible, it holds the belief that it is possible to experience happiness all day, every day, 24/7, 365, as they say. And not only that, my person also calls this type of happiness joy. You see, the type of happiness that the world didn't give and the world can't take away, implying that this type of happiness does not come from any experience, situations, or circumstances, which implies that there are no experiences, situations, or circumstances that can take it away. And also because this type of immune system booster is metaphysical in nature, being that happiness is not a thing to physically taste, touch, see, smell, or hear. It also has the potential of protecting or giving one immunity from metaphysical diseases, as well as physical diseases. And these physical and metaphysical diseases can range from the lower spectrum of harmful viruses and bacteria to more of the higher spectrum, to things like so-called negative people, thought forms, Wi-Fi, 5G, and even so-called demons. And another question, maybe a lot of questions posed in this simple happiness can be a powerful immune system booster. Another question is there a technique that will allow for this type of happiness or joy to be obtained and sustained? And from my person's perspective and experiences, yes, once again, yes, all things are possible. And this type of happiness or joy may be obtained and sustained by the daily living in one's life purpose, or actively pursuing in the process of discovering or remembering one's life's purpose. And being as though there are probably more of us looking to discover or remember our life's purpose than there are of us who are actually living it, full time, and as they say, our purpose. The technique that is used to acquire or motivate or move in this direction, to actualize it, may be summed up in a couple of phrases that most of us are familiar with. And those phrases are follow your heart and do what makes you happy. Again, very simple in nature, yet it's very powerful in manifestation. Yes, do what makes you happy. In other words, the more that we make choices with the insight that the choices that we're making, choices that we're making right now will bring happiness, satisfaction in the long run, and not just right now for immediate gratification, then those choices tend to ultimately lead us to our purpose. And another way of looking at it is an investment, using choices as an investment. Meaning, again, choices based upon our long-term happiness may not bring us immediate happiness. This is true. It may not be immediate, but it may be for the long run. The same as sort of an investment, those of us who are familiar with the stock market. Those who invest money in the stock market, a particular company or fund or things like that, whether it be a depression, recession, stock market crash, over the long run, you generally increase your profit. The outcome is generally more than what you put in over the long run. Again, it's not a day-by-day thing. It's not an immediate thing. It's an investment for the long term. So, and just like the investment, at some point you look to receive lots of dividends. With this type of investment, investing in one's purpose-seeking endeavor, the dividends can be more so looked at as blessings, miracles, not just blessings, blessings on blessings, on blessings, on blessings, on blessings, as in cup runneth over type of blessings. Understandably, it is a process, yet with the dedication and commitment of being disciplined, the discipline of a disciple, or so much discipline that one would consider itself a disciple or initiate, which may be synonymous. Disciple or initiate. With that type of discipline, it becomes easier and simpler. And not only that, another added benefit of actively discovering or remembering one's life's purpose in order to actualize it is a closer relationship with our Creator, just a closer walk with Thee. And that in and of itself, of course, is worthy of another topic discussion. So, in just wrapping up with this discussion on how happiness may be a powerful immune booster, physically and metaphysically, my person will end with a simple reminder that the more choices we make, again, based on long-term happiness, then those choices will inevitably lead us to discovering, remembering, and living our life's purpose, and as well as provide the highest form of happiness in terms of joy, as well as this closest connection with our Creator. And of course, if there is any assistance that may be needed or desired, even if it's just simply encouragement and inspiring through conversation, fellowship, or is it to, more in-depth on certain techniques, nonetheless, some of the more, whatever the case may be, feel free to reach out to your Kemetic metaphysical warrior priest. And with that, my person will end with giving thanks for allowing it time to share. And until we meet again, enjoy all of your creations and the best of thoughts to you. Hotep, peace, namaste, right on, and ashe.